And the real reason why I'm here today is I was actually working on the plow frame for our John Deere Gator. The fucking idiots that work here, and we're using it to shove leaves away from the fence line. We have an electric fence at the shop, and they sheared one of the bolts off for the bottom pivot point, and that's going to need a little bit of work, but I got most of it drilled out. Then I was messing around with the 57. My toolbox is a mess, which is next to be cleaned. Yeah, total fucking chaos. I should have cleaned it yesterday, but I was fucking with this. And usually by the end of the week, my tool cart looks like that. And I got crap everywhere. But yeah, again, there's a lot of little touches on that 57 that I got to do. All the body work, the wiring, the exhaust, you know, shared duties with on the diff. There's a lot of, like, the seat brackets I had to make, fabricate, and yeah. Alright guys, I'm here at the shop, and this is a project that I've been working on for coming up on a year here, in probably February. It's my boss's car, and we've done a lot of work to this thing. I've done a lot of work to this thing. I kind of pretty much, I did all the metal work on it, a lot of replacing of panels. The appealing part of this car was the fact that it already had an LS swap in it. But once we dug into the car, there was a lot of pitfalls. It's got a Corvette front stub. Let's see if I can get my light in here. Again, we weren't making a show quality car here. We were just making a really, really nice, dependable driver with modern touches. So, you know, we didn't go crazy. We just undercoated the underside. As you can see, the exhaust. I did the exhaust. New brake line proportioning valve. My coworker and I practiced with the TIG welder, shortening the 8/8. We flipped the tubes. New drive shaft. You know, we split duties on welding each side of the tubes, squaring it up, all that stuff, just for fun. It's a Ford 8/8 with a 373 gear. I notched and sleeved the frame. I'm waiting on a gas tank because we got one from Tanks Incorporated, but as you can see, we already had an inline setup, but the original tank just really wasn't good enough. Whatever coating they used was getting broken down by the gas and just wreaking havoc on the fuel. So you could see I brought the exhaust out through the quarter panel, which is why I notched the frame. It looks like it's completely plugged, but no, I actually I patched the back side of the oval pipe so that it would actually flow out of both shotgun tubes there, as I call them. Coolest part about this is I've done a lot of firsts here for myself. I'm going to lower the car down and I'll show you guys. I rewired this whole car with my boss's help and guidance, front to back, using a universal 21 circuit kit. It's really, really nice for the money. And then I also used one of the cheap Amazon LS harnesses, which there's pros and cons to them. A lot of guys like to bash them, but really, it was a really nice kit. And I'm going to lower this thing down and show you guys under the hood what we got going on and show you a little bit better the outside of the car. So the car's a little dusty, but came out really nice. Yeah, I just tilted my phone because I got a message randomly. So door gaps came out, got nice. Not bad at all. And by that I mean we didn't really weld up the edges to make these gaps like show quality. We didn't want to get carried away. So there is a little bit of a variance, but this is GM stuff. I replaced the rockers, the lower quarters, I patched the doors, bottom half of the fenders were replaced, a bunch of other patchwork throughout. Here you can see the exhaust coming out of the back. It's got the nice Riddler wheels. The trunk, I had to really work on the trunk to get everything to line up really nice. I shaved the license plate into the trunk and I added a lip. That's not how they come from the factory. I did all of that. As well as the exhaust openings. As you guys can see, I did the same thing where I did the welded rod and I tapered it out. So it's got a really nice look to it. Kind of slick, just barely poking out at you. As you can see, I still got some wiring in here, hanging in here for the center console. See if I can turn my flash on. But it's got a Dakota Digital Gash that works with the ECU. Yeah, I got my flash on. It's a little claustrophobic in here. We got busy the last couple days. But my pride and joy is this engine bay, man. This is the cleanest I have ever done anything. All the wiring is nice and tucked away into the firewall. All the harnesses are under the covers, which is why we wanted to use it. The brake lines are nice. Everything is really presentable, loomed up. You know, how it should be. You know, you got the electric fan going over here. It's wired up. Everything is hidden in really nice. You know, just a really, really nice quality street driver. And the nice thing about this car is that there's so much room. I still got we got an OBD Y kit for this, so I'm still waiting on it. And then once everything is up, I'm making a closeout panel for this because this is where our ECU is, our other fuse panel for the engine harness. I still got a few relays hanging down here, but overall everything is tucked away nice. And these wires are going to go through the center console that we have for the nice low car shifter, which is currently being triggered by or actuated by my channel locks. So, just a really cool project I've been working on. I really haven't shared a whole lot of it. It's not my project, not my car, so I tend to not share things like that. But this is just something I've done a lot of work to. The custom exhaust, the sheet metal work, the wiring. It's been really, really fun to do. And, you know, my boss is a pretty knowledgeable and cool guy, and he trusts me, and I work with him hand in hand with advice and stuff. So, you know, I ask him concerns and stuff, and then I'll go back to it. And again, I've never rewired a car front to back, but it was actually pretty simple, except for a few minor quirks, but we figured them out. Specifically with the brake switches on this car, because this has the cruise control style column from the vet that donated its front clip. So you could see the closeout panel I made. Ribbon sealed it just like GM would. It's normally where the AC would be. I got a couple wires coming out of there. And that's where our ECU is. So if need be, you can remove that panel and get to the ECU versus crawling underneath the car. That is another nice little touch I did there. Got the cold air intake over here. I still need to put a shield for it to protect it a little bit. But yeah, just a cool project, and I'll add a bunch of pictures at the end of this video. Hope you guys like it.